Hey guys, so after learning how CAD can improve your workflow, you might be wondering where can I download CAD software. So what I'm going to be showing you is where you can download a program called Autodesk Inventor. So what we're going to do here is type in Autodesk in our search browser, and we're going to click the first link, actually the second link, Autodesk 3D Design Engineering and Entertainment Software. This will go to their main site. From here, we're going to go to communities, and since we're students and educators, we're going to go to students and educators down here in the users area, and that'll bring us to their Autodesk student and educators community. What's nice about Autodesk is they give every single one of their programs out for free to students, and it's not just GIMP programs either, like some other companies might do. They give the full, real deal, the same things professionals in multi-billion dollar companies are using. The only difference is you, by law, cannot um, use their software, the student versions, for making money, but you can use it for what we're doing, which is just learning and competing in FTC. So the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to register yourself, and it's a rather simple process, which I'm not going to go through totally, but just because it's pretty intuitive. Country, email, confirm email, then you select what you are, and continue to step two. So that's it. And then it'll ask you for, where do you live, what business are you part of. When it asks for business names and stuff, just use your school district. Like for me, it'll be ASD, Anchorage School District. So that's what you're part of. And your profession would be like student, you know. Or if you're a teacher, it'd be, you know, teacher and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna log in to my account that I already have. This should take me to my homepage, and you should have the same thing once you've already created an account. So what you're gonna do is, download. So here's some of their most popular downloads here, where my cursor is going over. We're gonna go to Download Center, and this just takes us to a site, a page where we can download pretty much every single one of their uh, programs. So lucky for us, we're gonna it comes up with Inventor Professional already. If it does not, just scroll down and look for Autodesk Inventor Professional. Okay, so it says choose your version. This is versions not so much important because the last four versions are pretty much the same, just with minor tweaks. What is important is if you're on a team, make sure everyone has the same year of program. So if you have Inventor 2013, make sure everyone on your team has Inventor 2013. This is because if let's say I create a part in Inventor 2013 and send it to my buddy who's using Inventor 2014, he can open that program, but if he sends that program if he sends that file back to me, my older software will not be able to open it. So just make sure everyone's on the same page as far as year of software. And, if so, I'm just going to go with Inventor 2014. You're going to select your language. So far, they only have three: French, Spanish, and English. Choose English, or depending on your country region, choose that. Select your OS. So Windows 64-bit or 32-bit. We are using Windows 64-bit. I am anyway. And you can check that in your control panel on Windows. So we're going to hit next. Now this is very important. you're going to want to save the serial number and product key. So you need to write that down or save it in a Word document, copy and paste in a Word document. Yeah, so you need to do that. Also, notice here, file size is 3.9 gigabytes. So if you have internet that has data caps, or you just have slow internet, you might want to go download this in a place with fast internet, like your school, your college, your school, depending. Or if you're fine with downloading at home, you can download it at home. So we're gonna hit install now, and you're gonna wanna, I accept, don't use this for making money. So install that. And you'll notice it doesn't download the whole thing at once. It just downloads a .exe file that's only about 9 megabytes. So we'll wait for that to download, and then you're going to click that once it's done. So okay, so it's done downloading. Do you want to allow this program to make changes to this computer? Yes. So it's going to initialize, and since I already have this on my computer, I'm just going to show you it is going to do, and it's pretty user intuitive. You know, it'll tell you it'll pretty much tell you everything you need to know in order to make this work. So, it just starts downloading small files, and then you just watch the program, because it'll ask you questions like what files do you want to install and where do you want to install it on. I'd personally install everything, just because it makes the program run smoothly. So when that program is done downloading that first 180 megabyte file, it's going to ask you to install tools and utilities, and it's going to ask you to install on this computer. You're going to click install on this computer, and then it determines installation requirements. And because I already have the program installed, like I said previously, I'm going to install you're going to want to install Autodesk Inventor 2014, Autodesk Vault Basic 2014 Client, Autodesk Recap, and it's good to install the Inventor content libraries too, if you can. If it gives you an error one time, you're going to have to just reinstall and it's a safe bet just to go with the first two, and then for shared components, the last one. That's always a safe bet as far as reliability. Because all content libraries is just, material colors and pretty much eye candy. So you're gonna hit install. So let's say I want this. So I'll be like, oh, I want that. So I'd be like install, and then what it will do is it'll go to a downloading screen, and it'll just show your overall progress and what you're downloading now. And once that's done, you can just it'll ask you for your product key and serial code. That's why I said save that, because if you don't remember that, you're not going to be able to use a program. So you're going to want to save that, and when it asks for it, just type it in, and then it'll probably ask you to log on to your Autodesk Inventor student account, or I should say Autodesk student account. And once that's done, you should be able to use the full program. One thing I haven't mentioned, and I should have, is system requirements, and I've already clicked on that. If you're worried about can your computer run this, I wouldn't be too worried, because the system requirements are pretty low. So it wants Windows 7, 32-bit or 64-bit. That's a pretty standard operating system now. Intel Pentium 4 or AMD Athlon 64. Those are pretty old processors. Those are probably 10-year-old processors. 4 gigabytes of RAM minimum. Yeah, you could probably run it on less though, because I've only used about 2 gigabytes when the file is open. 15 gigabytes hard disk space, 1280 by 1024 resolution screen. That's pretty low. So all that. Um, One thing I will say, you cannot run this on Mac. You can run it on Mac if you have Boot Camp, and then it should run fine on Macs as long as it has like an Intel processor, not the Power PC processors that the old ones do. But as long as it has Intel, you're fine for Mac, and as long as you're running Boot Camp. And another thing is, don't be too worried about the system requirements, because I've run this program on a $300 HP computer and it runs fine. And that was like the cheapest computer we could find. So it works good on that. So, once this is done downloading, just open up Inventor and you should be good to go. Right here. So you should be good to go after that. This has been a video tutorial by Ingenium. Like, comment, favorite, and subscribe.